Tina Peters could be out of prison in early 2028 with or without clemency from Governor Polis. He's long said he'd consider her case like any other. With or without a military raid on the prison in Pueblo to free Tina Peters. That was an idea that was actually endorsed by her attorney. This week, Peters' legal team will be in a courtroom in Denver trying to parlay a meaningless presidential pardon on state charges into some kind of get-out-of-jail-free card. Our Marshall Zellinger looks at when Tina Peters may be free.
When Tina Peters entered La Vista Correctional Facility in Pueblo last April, she never was going to serve her full sentence, which is through February 2033. In Colorado, when a nonviolent prisoner enters prison, their sentence is essentially reduced by half, and then they can earn 10 days off their sentence every month they behave.
It's an incentive for individuals who are convicted of felonies and sentenced to prison to improve their parole eligibility status by simply not breaking the rules.
Tina Peters' inmate record shows her mandatory release date is February 2033. That's unrealistic. Look above that. Her current parole eligibility date is December 20th, 2028, and it can move earlier every month.
The longer an inmate is incarcerated in the DOC, the closer their parole eligibility date comes, as long as they've been behaving themselves.
On the left of this graph is today's date. The far right, the date Tina Peters needs to be released. The line in the middle, that's the date she's eligible for parole as of today. And for each month she behaves, the parole eligible date can move 10 days earlier. Assuming she continues to get her full credit based on our math, that would put her earliest parole eligibility March 2028. And when I interviewed Democratic Governor Polis last month, he seemed to know that date already.
Like any inmate, we always would look at the situation if she's ill or there's some other issue, but she should be out, on probation in the next 2.5 years.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, Polis again said he would look at giving Peters clemency no different than anyone else, but suggested the final year of his term might come with more leniency.
In my last year, certainly mercy and giving people a second chance, it's a core value of mine, and I'm really looking to do it in other ways that can help people.
Each year, Polis provides pardons and commutations at the end of a year. He did not do so last month, and it's not clear if Peters can even apply because she has not served enough of her sentence to qualify. But Scott Robinson says that rule is administrative and that the Constitution gives Polis the power to give clemency to anyone, even if they don't ask. She may get a reprieve later this week when her attorneys Wednesday argue in front of the State Court of Appeals that she should be let free on a number of reasons, from too harsh a sentence to the president's currently powerless pardon.
It'll be really interesting to see what the justices make of this case, or the judges make of this case on appeal, because the thought in the legal community is that some of the theories put forward by her team are pretty outlandish.
Sure, and I think a lot of it from a judicial standpoint is, are you contrite? Do you believe what you did was wrong? And that could be the only thing keeping Tina Peters in prison this long for sure, is to say, like, look, I made a mistake, or just show some sort of, like, I know what I did was wrong.
Polis nodded to it again today when he was on CBS Evening News, the idea of, is somebody repentant for what they did? And you and I both watched that sentencing, where we were both shocked by her 9-year sentence, but for 45 minutes, she berated the judge, and then the judge let her have it right back.
It seemed that Polis tonight weighed all the other things that might get her out for her age and all this, that it was nonviolent, but on the other side, was she contrite at all? And every step of the way, she is not.
It's fascinating, because if that's the thing that's keeping her in prison, the fact that she won't say, I committed a crime and I'm sorry, that's wild. All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.